Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. So I want to pop on real fast and talk about the ongoing drama between FunkyDineva and Claudia Jordan involving Fox Soul. So yesterday it was a lot going on. Claudia said some things. I know that Claudia's been in chats. I saw her in Conscious TV chat saying what she was saying down through there. I saw a little clip of a video where Claudia Jordan said that Funky Dineva made her cry and all of this and all that. So in response to that, Funky did a video. He was explaining his side of the story. Um, and I really think that what's going on here is something entirely different. I don't know if Funky realizes it or not, but in my opinion, Funky, I think what's going on here is I think that Claudia is gaslighting you. She's been in the business for a long time. Funky said that pretty much he was gonna, he said he was done with it. He said, "I'm gonna let this thing go," with Claudia. But she really doesn't want you to do that because what I think she's doing, um, first of all, let me say that I think that Claudia feels some kind of way. I think that what she's doing, like I said, is gaslighting you, Funky. But I also feel that she is trolling you in order for you to keep uh to keep Fox Soul in your mouth in a way of keeping it relevant, right? Because all publicity is good publicity. Good is still publicity, right? And so for that reason, I think that she really felt a way about you leaving the show. Also, even though clearly some things are going on in the background, you guys know that Claudia is real messy. You know what I mean? And since she's supposed to be the creator of the show, or she brought the show idea to Fox, so I don't think that she appreciated Funky leaving like that. But maybe perhaps it was more than what Funky is saying it was. And in my opinion, it was more than economics. I think that he probably left because of whatever Claudia's got going on. That's what it seemed like to me, right? But anyway, I think that Claudia is, you know, keep bothering Funky because she wants him to stay connected in some kind of way to Fox Soul. But then she'll turn around and say like he shouldn't have said anything about the network wanting their equipment back, which is true. I do agree with that. But Funky did try to leave on good terms. Like we've all seen it. You know what I mean? He left on good terms. He didn't say anything bad about anybody. Funky also said that he don't want to have to, expose more info about her, but anything she could do to keep the show relevant, I really think that's what's going on right now. I don't know if Funky realizes it or not, but that's what's going on to me because I can't see why she just won't let him go. I think also that when some Funky said that he wished that pretty much that they would have given him more input. You know what I mean? I think that has to do with Claudia also. And I do agree that economics did have probably play some role in it, but not in its totality. I think that Claudia is really, really messy. We know that she's been fired from shows before. You know, we she was fired from the Ricky Smiley show, in case you guys didn't know, from kicking up a whole lot of mess. I mean, Claudia's been around for a while, and she's really, really messy. And Funky really wants her to leave her alone. But Funky, what you ought to do is ignore her. That's what you ought to do because you're keeping the show relevant here on YouTube. Now we know that this show, is played on platforms, right? But as far as the YouTube numbers go, this is where Funky has a power at over here between him and Claudia. He is going every time he goes live when they go live, he is going to be getting more views than her, more views than Fox Soul. But on other platforms we don't know, right? And so and then she really wanted to seem like, well, we're all getting paid enough. She tried to imply, make it seem like he trying to do a Taraji P Henson thing, but I beg to differ because maybe you are getting paid enough, but probably Funky don't know how much you was making, but Funky know how much Funky was making. Does it make sense? And then she's got other things going on. She's returning to Deal or No Deal. I think they're revamping the show, and she's going to return to that in some form of fashion. She was on that Deal or No Deal before when they had it on the last time years ago, right? Not only that, Meghan Markle was also on that show, and Meghan Markle spoke bad about that show. She said that they wanted the girls to, act like bimbos and all this and all that. And Claudia disagreed with Meghan Markle, back then about that show. But anyway, I also heard that she unfollowed Al Reynolds on Instagram, right? And so I'm thinking, so okay, why you unfollowing Al, right? What's going on between you and Al? I mean, I think that Claudia is the common denominator here, but as far as Al go, people want him to speak out and give his opinion on what's going on between Foxo and Funky, and also Foxo and Claudia. And I think Al is just there trying to make his check, and he not trying to get involved with all this extra messy stuff, because just like Claudia is trying to gaslight Funky, and she's also gaslighting herself, right? Because from what I understand, she appears, she does, little guest host spots on a couple of shows, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so we know that Funky has been on, I think, one or two guest spots on at least one show, right? But what if Funky also, wanted to, like do the red carpet, or, do something else on this nation, and they weren't letting him do that. Now, one reason why they not be may not be letting him do that. On another note, is sometimes your reputation can follow you, right? And we know that Funky speaks his mind, and there's Funky said a couple of things about like Halle Bailey, for instance, and you really can't burn bridges like that, Funky. And this is from me to you, and I don't mean no harm, but maybe they feel like you're not translatable, like on the red carpet, or on doing something else other than guest hosting. So you kind of have to. That's why it's not a good idea for you to keep going back and forth with Missy Claudia right here, right? Because we know that we don't know what Claudia is doing to the executives, or allegedly, in the background, because a lot of shows have gone by the wayside, honey, and Claudia is still here. Okay, but she's well known. Everybody knows Claudia Jordan, right? So maybe her Brenda Messy, they don't mind her Brenda Messy, right? But when it comes to Al, and maybe and Al, he's pretty cool. He's I think he's about his bag. He don't want to deal with the messy stuff. He don't have nothing to say about it at all, right? And I heard somewhere that he said that if he gets to 1,000 subscribers or something like it on Instagram, he'll make a video, right? But I doubt that even if he gets to 1,000 subscribers on Instagram, I doubt that he will insert himself in this drama right here. And nobody can say that Claudia is not messy, because if she's got all this input, in Fox, so why would Flame Monroe be on her? When she clearly knows that Funky and Flame, don't get along. But Funky also said that my problem is not with Flame Monroe. My problem is with Claudia, right? Basically, right? So basically, he ain't worried about Flame, and he want Claudia to leave him alone. But Funky, you got to stop letting her gaslight you. You have to stop responding to her, because, like I said, she's only wanting you to keep talking about the show, because it is still created traction for that show. And Claudia knows this, because say she say something to you, right, to rev you up, you respond to her, they're going to go to Fox Soul, just because, hoping and wishing and thinking that you are going to respond. She is going to respond to him. She's not, but she will be in the comment sections of other chats responding, right? But she's not going to do that on Fox Soul, right? So Funky, you just got to ice her out. You said you're going to leave it alone. You're done with it. I hope you do that. You know what I mean? And as far as Claudia saying, that they would love to have you back and all of this and all that, I don't even believe her, like, honestly. And I believe, in my heart of hearts, I believe that perhaps she may have had something to do with your contract dispute as far as economics go. And honestly, Funky, we don't even know if you really had a contract dispute with, only because of economics. It could have been something else too, because sometimes you have to watch what you say, on platforms such as Fox. So you can't always it's mass media, right? And it's entertainment driven. It's celebrity gossip, basically. And you can't always say what you feel. You can, or you have to learn to frame it in a different way. You know what I mean? Because really, that's kind of self sabotaging. And Claudia knows this, right? And so, we all love Funky here on YouTube, but he's got to be relatable on other platforms as well. So Funky, that's just for me to you. Don't shoot the messenger. Y'all don't kill me. That's just, that's just how I feel about it, honestly. And for that reason, that's why I think Al won't say anything either. Because they've got other things going on besides Fox. So, because I think that the other divisions or other, shows on Fox so can I think they find them more relatable. But Claudia, for you to gaslight Funky like that, just to keep him, promoting the show is just real grimy and it's real dirty. But girl, we know you know what you're doing, right? But don't let her gaslight you, Funky child. She'll be all right. But anyway, that's all I got. Y'all please like, share, and subscribe. And if you subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. Thank you all you guys for subscribing to my channel. Please hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified when I drop another video. So between time in, in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.